back with Hunter! Yes! Oh my god, I have so much to say about him. But again, for anyone new, it's spooky month, so I'm going to be redesigning the Owl House characters all October long. Yay! Now that that's out of the way, I can word vomit all the things I've kept deep inside when the show ended. Now, Hunter is my favorite supporting cast character. I found him to be a really fun addition, but only in Season 2A. While I know everyone says his Golden Guard personality was just a front, I did not. I think it's just one piece of Hunter, since when he does leave Bellows, he's still very playful and blunt, all things that were a part of his Golden Guard personality. Because personally, I do believe that his Golden Guard persona was kinda a bit of a persona. Not 100% a persona, but we know how he acts in front of Bellows. He's way less than he is when he's speaking to Lilith or Darius. He's still that very, I'm not a child, don't treat me like one mentality. He even does it to Alador, so it's that personality isn't lost. But seeing as the show was canceled prematurely, I can see why people think he's completely changed due to the constant speed running of his character/character arc. While I do like what they did with Hunter in some episodes, Hollow Mind, oh my god, I'm still pretty bitter about him not being as fun as he was in the first half of Season 2, and his character arc in general just seemed so slapped together, which I guess it was, considering the cancellation, but I feel if they knew they couldn't give Hunter the character arc they wanted, then they really should have just put him on the sidelines. The main cast was already getting too full, and time spent on Hunter could have been spent on characters that needed it more, aka Luce, Willow, and my main man Gus. He was so slighted, it's so not fair. Anyway, Hunter's main role was always a connection to Bellows, and yet nothing comes of it, which was super disappointing, nor his relationship with Darius. I know there's sprinklings of things going on, but for me personally, there was so many possibilities with these relationships, and again, nothing happens with it. The whole Caleb thing just gets thrown under the rug so fast. Yes, again, there are sprinkles and nods to it, but the main focus was always Bellows and Hunter and their past dynamic, and the whole Caleb situation, that was Hunter's whole thing, but they, not his whole thing, but that was the main part of his arc, yet they dropped it like day old bread. It's so not fair. Also, I feel that because Hunter was a fan favorite and crew favorite, he got pushed more into things that he really didn't need to be pushed into, like his crush on Willow, I'll get into that later, going to the human realm, getting possessed by Bellows, which I'll admit was a theory of mine, mostly because Bellows said Hunter was important for the Day of Unity, and I assumed Bellows was going to swap bodies with Hunter so he wouldn't be cursed anymore, so I was slightly okay with it, but now that I've had time to think, I realized Hunter was done so dirty. Hunter was seriously the show's punching bag from start to finish. Yes, the epilogue shows a somewhat happy ending for him, but Jesus, did they need to traumatize him left and right? I mean, damn, he was constantly getting dumped on. And funny enough, I remember someone had asked during a live stream why this kept happening, and a crew member said, "We just love to hurt him." And ugh! As someone who makes characters, I get it. You want to spice up your characters, but when it gets to the point to where your spice is more for fun than actually progressing the character along, then maybe it's time to stop. Because none of what happened to Hunter helped him. It only hurt him, like full on damage. There was no breaks. There was no time for him to truly be happy, except for that nice summer he had in the human realm. But it's just that went out the window immediately. I'm laughing because of how sad and absurd it is. And honestly, him losing Flapjack was the nail in the coffin for me when it came to Hunter's character. I knew anything after was just going to be a half-assed excuse or speed runs or random nothings. And I mean, I was kind of right. Hunter getting flash speed from Flapjack did nothing and kind of made me mad because Hunter not having magic was very interesting, especially considering Hunter not having magic in this world could be seen as him being disabled coded and Flapjack being his service animal. So when Flapjack dies and Hunter gets magic, it's kind of oh, you decoded the character. Yay. I understand from a character and writer point of view wanting to power up your character, but it still kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, Hunter as a character really just got the worst treatment in my eyes. And while it was still fun to watch him becoming more himself with Gus and Luz, I don't think those moments make up for the rest of what Hunter did and went through. And he's sporting a storm. So yeah, let's move on to his design so I can talk about the AU/rewrite I've had locked in my head for years. Let's go! Okay, so Hunter is probably the best designed character and the best dressed. Well, his hobo fit wasn't meant to look nice, so I'll give it a pass. But I love nearly all his fits, though his out of uniform look is my favorite. It still shows his connection to the Coven, but makes him look more approachable, which makes sense since when he is in this outfit, he's forced to team up with Luz, who's probably the first person outside of the main Coven members to see his face, which Hunter really gives a lot away with his facial expressions, which again makes him feel like more approachable in a weird way. But I was a bit sad it didn't make a comeback when Hunter ends up running away from the Emperor's Coven after being told his entire life was a lie. I get the new outfit is probably from Gus's wardrobe, but the whole brown fit always left me confused. Like, 1, why is it brown? And 2, where's his cape? No, not his Golden Guard cape, but a cape in general. Cause even with Hunter living at Hexside, which so ridiculous he does that, we know Darius was out there that night and knew about him being in Bellows' mind, yet he just left him behind. And we know Rain has a secret base, and it's just... Ugh. I know there's not much time focused on how long Hunter was at Hexside, but still. Anyway, even when Hunter ran away, he still went out of his way to have a cape. So Gus not giving him one or him not wearing one hurt my head. Also, Gus's wardrobe is primarily blue, so Hunter wearing brown feels wrong. I think a blue top with yellow accents would have worked for him, since even in season 3, we see him still wearing yellow. Also, I know a lot of people get upset by that, but I think the reason gold is used for Hunter along with the Emperor's Coven is mainly to show power, because again, gold is the highest form of money and power, minus diamonds. But it also has the connection to Ida and her family, because while the show never outright says it, Caleb, Bellows' brother and Hunter's clone dad, did knock up Ida's multiple grandmother. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the gold for Hunter is to show his connection to Ida and Ida's family. I mean, if the mask didn't give it away, then the color should. Anyway, the color is my main issue. The overall fit is fine. Also, his overall design is great. I love the hair, the gap teeth, and even the face scar, though I do miss his concept look where he had red hair and freckles, but the blonde look works best. Now, before I get into his design, I should talk about the AU that inspired this look, cause surprise! I did not like that Hunter joined the main cast and went to the human realm. I honestly felt he was given too much screen time to the point he overshadowed Luz, so for this AU, any sport in a storm does not happen. We already knew Hunter was slipping from Bellows, so we really didn't need him to rebel again. However, I feel the episode could have still benefited from showing Darius and Hunter's relationship more. We could have had a few scenes where Hunter is trying to get Darius to talk about the previous Golden Guard and learning that Darius isn't what he seems. Because again, we know Hunter's upbringing wasn't great. We learned that the Coven heads backstab all the time. Obviously, we knew that before Hunter even said it, so it's just like putting a hat on a hat of him explaining it. Like, I'm a big believer in not explaining. I like the little details that hint to what's going on behind the scenes, so having Hunter just say what's going on within the Emperor's Coven just kind of like ruins it a little bit for me. But anyway, yeah, we could have had Hunter learning that Darius isn't what he seems and becoming more interested in wanting to be as great as the previous Golden Guard, which would lead us into Hollow Mind where the AU kicks in. So after Hunter runs away, Darius and Rain are the ones who find him, and Darius admits that he was never on Bellows' side, stating he knew Hunter was a Grimwalker and felt he couldn't trust him, but couldn't help but see his mentor in him, which makes him realize he wasn't being fair to Hunter. Rain offers to let Hunter stay at their hideaway and join the Bats, which he accepts. They later learn about the plan to give all witches at Hexside Coven marks, and Hunter and the Batgirl offer to go and warn the school, hotel, thinking Luce will be there. She's not, and Hunter tries to warn Amity. Obviously, she doesn't trust him, neither does Willow or Gus, since, you know, he was the Golden Guard not too long ago and threatened Amity and Luce, so big understanding of why they don't trust him, but he does his best to explain it, but due to Gus's spell, it all goes wrong. Hunter ends up being taken back to Bellows. Willow and Amity try to find Gus, and Willow and Gus have the heart-to-heart along with Amity. I really wish it had been Willow. I understand what they were trying to do with Amity and Willow's dynamic, but it really should have been Willow. But yeah, so Hunter's fit, now that he's a part of the Bards Against the Throne, is pretty much their uniform, but the uniform is hella ugly, and it bothers me no one realizes that Rain was the leader since they never changed their outfit. But anyway, I put Hunter in a double split half cape hood. I don't see Hunter ever losing his interest in capes till he's older, so I gave him a shorter cape to show he's losing interest. The style of the cape is meant to look like the vest of the bat's uniform, so I made the lapel of his cape a dark gray with golden buttons, but since Hunter is still Hunter, I put him in a vest similar to his golden one, because even when Hunter ran away, he still wore his overshirt. He's always seemed like a layers kind of guy, which same, I prefer to be bundled, makes me feel safe. But yeah, short gray vest with a popped collar. His undershirt is similar to his OG fit after I went back and changed it. Also, yes, I did keep Hunter's muscles. But yeah, the extra stuff to his shirt is just another popped collar, and I untucked it to show Hunter's wild side. As someone with military family, it's kind of a joke that when they untuck their shirts, things are about to get crazy. So yeah, untuck shirt Hunter. Oh, I did keep Hunter's pouch. I just made it more secure since I'm sure the only reason he has it is for Flapjack to hide in, and if it's not secure, then it's like flying all over the place, so that's why it's secure. I did add another belt just cause. As for pants, I just put him in the same pants everyone else wore, though I did give him different shoes. I know the show doesn't do lace-up shoes, but I love a military boot look, so yeah, Hunter gets lace-up boots, though I did color them similar to everyone else's boots. As for gloves, I kept them but made them fingerless. Pretty much every member wears fingerless gloves except Rain, so yeah, fingerless gloves for Hunter. Now for Hunter's overall face. I know everyone was worried he and Amity would look too much alike due to the nose and eye bags, but I combined Amity's mom and dad's nose, giving her more of a long Greek nose, while Hunter has a bump nose. If anything, his nose shape in show is closer to Dell's and Alidor's shape, which, funny enough, it's kind of crazy how similar Alidor's colors and features are to Edith's family. Anyway, I kept everything pretty much the same, just recolored a few things. Like, I made his skin slightly more pale due to him constantly being covered and wearing a mask, though I did give him freckles because I loved his concept design too much not to. Oh, I made his ears smaller and pointed them down, since in this AU, witches with strong magic have larger ears. I figured Hunter having small ears would let everyone know how much weaker he truly is, and since he's not an actual witch or made from one, his ears point down to show that something isn't right. As for his hairstyle, since he ran away and is living more rebelliously, I figured his hair should reflect that. So I used his losing his mind look as my reference to give him this loose shag kind of look. I mean, we know Hunter has long bangs, so I kind of went crazy with it. Also, I did recolor his hair mainly as a sign that while he looks the most like Caleb, he's not exactly perfect. Plus, I like to think that Bellows started to run out of material and started using clone pieces or parts of himself to try and stop Hunter from betraying him, hence to why his hair has a more brown tone. Also, yes, I did color his eyebrows. Again, if Rain can have mint eyebrows, then Hunter can have blonde eyebrows. And the eyes. So I get that Grimwalkers always have magenta eyes, and that Bellows has hidden the spell and information about them so no one would find out, but if he's so crazy about making clones of his brother, you'd think he'd want them to look like his brother as closely as possible, so there's gotta be an eye color spell. But I personally like my other idea more, that since Hunter is made from palisman wood, and we've seen what their, I'm gonna assume, blood looks like, I figured figured instead of magenta, Hunter's eyes are green, which is a good middle ground as it makes Hunter look more human while also giving Bellows a reason to hate looking at him for 2 reasons: his connection to Caleb and the palisman he consumes. But yeah, that is about it for his design. The rest of the AU is mostly about how Hunter is captured. Bellows tells him about Caleb in like a vague way and tells him it's too late to make another Grimwalker and uses a mind manipulation spell and uses Hunter during the draining spell to stop anything from happening. I mean, I don't personally think Bellows was ever going to take Hunter to the human realm. I mean, he got the freaking sigil on his arm. I mean, obviously the sigil wouldn't work if Hunter went through the door, but still, I feel like once Hunter knew about the sigil situation, he probably would not go. But he does break free once the draining spell starts and tells the squad where Luce is, but doesn't go with them and stays in the demon realm, and in trying to protect Darius, ends up staying with Ida and Lilith, finally hinting to his connection to their family. Honestly, most of the AU is keeping Hunter somewhat a part of the main cast, but similar to Lilith, is just there for story or character growth moments. I mean, again, there was a lot of buildup for these arcs only to be flushed away because some crew members thought shoving Hunter and Willow together was more important. Don't get me wrong, they didn't go too crazy with it, but any sport in a storm was really a bad choice. For one, Hunter was never called half a witch till that episode, and by Darius no less. What the fuck? It's just so obvious they did that so Hunter and Willow would have something to bond over, when really they could have bonded over anything. Forcing a bond between characters that have nothing in common does not work. And while they didn't break Hunter's character completely, they did break Willow, mostly at the end, because while Hunter did do the right thing in the end, Willow still shouldn't have let it go so easily. It's been proven Willow does not take kindly to people hurting her friends or trust people when they hurt her, so for her to just be like, oh, well, Caleb's cool, who cares if he tried to steal Palisman and almost got Luce killed, who cares if he fought Amity and threatened Luce and stole the key, who cares if he not only 15 minutes ago lied about who he was, kidnapped me and my team, and had our palisman taken. It's all good. He stopped Darius from taking us. No, not buying it. If anything, Willow should have been like, thanks for the rescue you caused, but don't think this makes us even. Also, yeah, I don't get the crush thing. Like, it's fine if it's one-sided, or again, if we had more time, but like his awkward blush moments just cut into the time we had left. Along with hurting Gus, I mean, how is Hunter, who's only met Willow once, gonna say she's not acting right, making Gus look like a bad friend? No to that again. Also, as much as I very much appreciated that Dana made Lilith aromantic, it was still said in a live stream, and honestly, Willow was right there. Considering how little time we had left, we could have easily gotten a moment where Willow says how she really feels. I mean, any sport in a storm could have been that. While Willow is looking for teammates, one of Bosch's teammates could have hit on her and Willow declines it, making Gus ask what's up and have a fun moment of Willow just saying she's not interested in anyone. You know, small stuff. Like... Another ship did not really need to be put into the final mix of the show. We only had half a season left and 3 episodes left to go. Again, they didn't push it super duper hard, but they did sprinkle it in, which for me is just wasted time. Like, for me, that's minutes. That's seconds and minutes being wasted on something that really didn't need to be put in there, you know? Like, it's the animator in me. It's the animator in me that's just like, you're wasting time. Also, I know you're all waiting, so yes, in this AU, Hunter and Edric end up together, but like way later. I like to think in the epilogue, Edric is Ida's assistant along with being a teacher and goes with Ida a lot to the woods to help look for potion ingredients and becomes friends with Hunter, which leads into a fun back and forth of them not knowing what to do. Since Hunter was rejected by his first crush, yes, he still had a crush on Willow, but Willow rejected him because in this AU, Willow is aromantic and still pansexual. I'm keeping that. That's still canon. And because Edric's been dumped so many times, he's scared to try dating anyone. So yeah, that's my AU in a nutshell. Hopefully the redesign AU rant was fun. I've been holding it all in for years, so it's nice to get it off my chest. It's over. It's over now. I've said my piece. Anyway, special thanks to the new members. Please be nice if I say your usernames wrong. Bunny P. Ward. I'm trying. Cami M, Ghostly Night Owl, Sony Locks Larson. Also, congrats to 4 feet 10, Can Cool, and Ninja Studio Art for reaching Purple Seahorse. Next video will either be Gus or Luce. I haven't decided. Comment who I should draw between the two. Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. And for those of you who also want to support the channel, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if possible, become a member. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!